So you've had your eye on a mechanical field watch, and you've had your eye particularly upon the Hamilton Khaki Mechanical. Classic watch, awesome watch, reviewers love it. Everywhere you look, people love this watch, but maybe it's just a little too pricey for you. And then you come upon this watch here. This is the Timex Expedition North Field Post Mechanical 38mm eco-friendly leather strap watch. Timex, that is a mouthful. Could you not simplify that? Well, what we have here on my wrist is said Timex Mechanical Field Watch. I purchased one so you don't have to. Is it any good? Is it a Hamilton killer? Why don't we find out? My name is Alton, and thanks once again for joining me here at Half Past Blog, where we take a look at all things watches. If you haven't liked and subscribed, what are you waiting for? It really does go a long way to propping up my fragile ego. So thank you to those who have done so far. Today, we're taking a look at this bad boy on my wrist here, the Timex Mechanical. It is a 38mm field style watch. It is 100 meters water resistant and has, and this is why I bought it, a sapphire crystal. I was just intrigued. We have had mechanical watches by Timex in the recent past years, but this is the first time they've combined that with a sapphire crystal. And when I saw that there was 100 meters of water resistance, I just had to pick one up. So Timex tells us that this watch is directly inspired by military issue designs from decades past. Their Field Post 38 Mechanical, as they're calling it, does more than look the part. It features a sturdy crown and screw-down caseback, giving it 100 meters of water resistance, plus luminous hands and dial markings, a hand-winding mechanical movement, and an impressively tough anti-reflective sapphire crystal. And they make a big deal about their watch strap, which is, it's okay, eco-friendly, whatever. I like my leather, so sue me. So let's get to specifications, and then we'll take a look at the positives and then the negatives, and then I'll summarize with my thoughts. First of all, this is a 38mm watch, but according to my calipers, it's actually just a hair under 38mm. It's 46mm lug to lug, which is a great size, and it has 20mm lug openings, which means it will fit all kinds of straps. Now, on their website, they think that it is 8.5 millimeters, but looking at my calipers, I'm getting 10.3. So that means they must not be including that case back, which really doesn't stick down a whole lot, but it does add a little bit to the dimensions. So what do I enjoy about this watch? Well, one thing I enjoy is the case. The case is extremely well done. It is a bead blasted looking case. We don't actually know the process that they used. It's almost satin in its finish. It has a nicely sized crown with a inscription of their trees logo. I think those are trees. That's how I would define them. The dial is nicely printed, everything is crisp and clear, and I really like the color used on the hands. They're done in a black outline with a tannish or brown looking lume, and that same color is used on the triangle markers on the chapter ring. I like that it's 100 meters water resistant. I love that it's sapphire with anti-reflective coating. Please, Timex, other companies, take note. We want affordable watches with sapphire crystal. Just because we can't afford a $3,000 watch doesn't mean that we want it all scratched up like we find with the lower entry-level priced watches that have mineral crystals. And I like the fact that it is mechanical, and I like the fact that it is water resistant, so I can take this thing swimming with me, take it to the lake, take it to the cottage. Really? Anywhere you want to go? This will get the job done. Now, what don't I like about this watch? Okay, it's not a bad watch, but I do have some criticisms. The first criticism is that seconds hand. The seconds hand is just too short. I mean, come on, Timex, were Were you grabbing from the spare parts bin when you put this in? What is going on? The hour hand looks like it almost scrapes the dial, but I don't see any issues so far. I also don't really know a whole lot about the movement. I know it is a Chinese movement. It's keeping about 13 seconds a day. For the past few days, it's gained around 30 seconds. And so, I mean, it's okay for the price. But you know what? I would just like to know what is actually in this. What's the track record on that? And I think some people have taken it apart and taken a look at it, but that's just not something that I'm interested in doing today. The crown is actually really hard to pull out. It's getting looser. It's getting better. Now it's working pretty well. But the first few times I pulled it out, see, it's getting stuck. You have to get your fingernail in behind, underneath, in order to pop it out. Yeah, there we go. See, it's working so much better now than before because, of course, I'm on camera. But I at first thought it was a screw down crown. It was actually so tight. And the strap. The strap is nothing to write home about. I've had it on this awesome Cordura Vario strap. It's a leather Cordura hybrid strap. One of my favorite straps that they make. And I've had it on this pretty much since I got it. I have worn this quite a bit. I've worn it to the lake and I've worn it doing renovations. And the watch itself has held up great. Between that bee-blasted case and the sapphire crystal, it just looks like it did when I got it 2 weeks ago.
Okay, we're actually in my bed under the covers for my final negative, and that is the loom. Oh, come on, Timex. You could do better than this, but to be fair, the Hamilton Khaki Mechanical sucks too.
So is this watch a Hamilton killer? Well, no. It's not. It absolutely is not. It fulfills a need, and I think a lot of people will like it, but it's no substitute for the Hamilton Khaki Mechanical. Now, this watch is priced at 279 Canadian dollars, so it'll be closer to the 200 level if you're in US dollars. I got 15% off on this bad boy just by signing up to their newsletter, and looking at that price, I paid all in around $280 with taxes and free shipping. And yet, you know what? I think it's okay. I think a lot of people won't be disappointed at that price point. I don't think anyone's going to be wowed at that price point. But if you want a watch that's just going to get the job done, look good, simple watch, you've got under 300 Canadian or around 200 US dollars to spend, this just might be the watch for you. This is not the watch for you, however, if you want the refinement that Hamilton offers, if you want the reliability of a Hamilton movement. I own 3 Hamiltons. They're all exquisitely finished for the price point, exceptionally done. I'm not saying that they're Tudor quality level finishing. I can definitely even see a difference between Hamilton and my Alpina, but for the price point, they're very, very well done. The dial and the printing is going to be a step above. And I hate to say this, but my Timex Weekender and this watch here, the dials look very, very similar. They really do. So I don't know what to say. It almost, in many ways, looks like they took a Timex Weekender dial and stuck it in this case with a mechanical movement. And I can't get around the fact that I paid $40 for this watch here, and I paid $280 for this watch here. When looking at them, they look so, so similar. Now definitely this has more weight to it and more heft, but I just don't know. Now I have another one here. This is my MK1 aluminum, which I really, really like. I like this watch a lot. It's a little bit bigger, and I think the dial on this is just a little bit more balanced. Plus it has a trick that this one doesn't have, Indiglow. I have also noticed with this watch that sometimes when I press the crown back in, the hour or the minute hand will jump just a little bit. It seems to have settled down. I'll try it right now. It's not doing it anymore, but it originally was doing it. No, there goes the hour hand. The hour hand just jumped. So I don't know what to think about this watch. I enjoy wearing it. It's been extremely comfortable. It's extremely durable. Is it a keeper in my collection? I don't think so. I just don't think that reviewers are going to rave about this watch the way they raved about the Hamilton Khaki Mechanical. That being said, if you are a big fan of Timex, and I am a big fan of Timex, this Timex Weekender, in fact, I still have it because it was my very first watch in my adult life. It's what got me back into the hobby a number of years ago. So I have a real soft place in my heart for Timex, but I don't think I can wholeheartedly recommend this watch unless you know exactly what you're going to get into. You're not going to get the level of finishing or the accuracy of a Hamilton Khaki Mechanical, but you will get a good looking, rugged, decent watch with a movement that maybe will hold up, maybe will not. Who knows? I guess that's the gamble you take in this situation. Of course, even with the most expensive watches, we know that movements can fail. In fact, I have sent back at least 2 Solita movements in the past year that have failed. So there you go. This whole watch game is a bit of a gamble sometimes, folks, and we can only make recommendations upon what we know, and I've only known this watch for 2 weeks, but maybe it is the watch for you. Maybe not. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit. If you did, please like and subscribe, but of course, I can't tell you what to do, because I'm not your dad.